Hi Capricorn, how are we today? Just doing our weekly reading. This week we are doing the monthly reading. So checking into the energy of October, seeing what is going on for you guys. All right. Make sure you do subscribe to the channel if you're not already. I really appreciate all your support, guys. Keep it up. I love it. Let me know if there's any specific topics that you would like me to do readings on. I'd be more than happy to take that into consideration. I'm always looking for trying to think of new things and new ways of doing the readings. It's something I enjoy doing. All right, but this week we are using starting off this week with the Mystic Dreams Oracle. I also have here the Career and Money Oracle, the Mystical Red Rose Love Oracle, and then clarifying everything this week, we've got another new deck, guys. I have a shopping addiction. We have the Primitive Lenormand. Okay. I actually really like this deck. I'm really happy with it. So it's being used this week and it's settling in well. But getting into it for you, Capricorn. Okay, Capricorn. What is going on for the Capricorns throughout October 2025? All right, most important things for Capricorn to be aware of throughout October. Capricorn, October energy. Ooh, light bulb goes off for you this month, Capricorn. We have grand plans on your own and taking flight. Interesting. So it's kind of like, do you know what it's kind of that because I'm hearing the badung ching and like like bang, like surprise. I'm hearing a bit of a surprisey kind of noise, but I'm also hearing the badung ching. Like you're on your own, you're taking flight, you've got these grand plans, these grand ideas, and you're gonna make them happen one way or another. It's kind of like ding, it's time. It's like a microwave ding, ding, it's time. It's ready to go. Take off now, Capricorn. Let's have a look and see what this is all about. Okay, Capricorn. Capricorn, it's kind of like, all your ideas coming into fruition this month, I feel. October 2025 for Capricorn. What is going on for our Capricorns? October 2025. And the song in the background. Look at her. She's got the power. Things changing very quickly this month. I'm seeing a lot of movement on the bottom of the deck here too in the hidden energy messages, mostly in movement in the form of, messages, deep thought, taking chances. We see the scythe coming through for you first. So, we're making some severe changes. This can be sort of some impulsive decisions being made here in some kind of way. Cutting things out, breaking free from things. I just want to clarify that because it feels as though there's something that comes before that, but it's not telling me. What comes with the scythe? Clarify the scythe energy for Capricorn. What is Capricorn breaking free from or cutting out this month, please? Immature ways of thinking, immature plans, childish hopes and plans and dreams. We have the child in the clouds here. Childlike perspective, naivety. Like kind of like you're breaking free from innocence in a way. It's kind of like I understand the reality of the world now. I'm breaking free from the naivety. She's a little bit harsh, but it's not. It's like I'm breaking free from immature ways of thinking, immature perceptions, naive perceptions, like that aren't serving you. It's not. It sounds like it's a harshness, but I don't think it actually is. I feel like it's I'm just dealing with reality. I'm not being childish anymore, and I'm not thinking in a immature manner anymore. I'm thinking in a more evolved manner now. Especially with that taking flight, knowing that I'm on, you're on your own, on my own. I'm not relying on others anymore. Children rely on others to help, to guide them, to show them what to do, to, tell them what's safe and what's not, to give them, to cut up their steaks and whatever. You're not doing that anymore. You've grown up. You're not relying on others anymore. You know that you're kind of on your own a little bit here, but not in a harsh way. It doesn't really feel like a harsh way. It's just you've noticed that the naivety has clouded your judgment a little bit. That you've kind of hoped for. You've kind of always given people the benefit of the doubt here, and you're kind of realizing that that's a little bit naive to do so. Once again, it sounds like it's a harshness, but I don't feel like it actually is. It's just your perception of things. You're not looking at everything through rose-colored glasses anymore. You're not looking at everything like everyone else will show me what to do. You're like, no, well, I'll just do it myself, kind of thing. Especially when it comes to trusting your instincts, Capricorn, because we do have the moon coming through here. Trusting your instincts, your emotions, like you're not behaving irrationally anymore. You're moving away from, childlike emotions of, irrational emotions and explosive emotions and unregulated emotions. You're regulating your emotions a little bit better. You're tempering your emotions a little bit better now, and changing the way that you think about emotions. And once again, not in a harsh kind of way. It does actually, even though it sounds like a very harsh kind of message, it's also a very, this is reality kind of message. And I can't just wish for the best in everything and everyone. I need to do something to get the best in everyone. I need to trust myself and my intuition. And we also have the ring coming through here, Capricorn. But it is telling me that for some of you, this has got to do with the cycles side of the ring, whereas for others of you, it's more to do with commitments. So I am a Capricorn myself, yeah? And I'm picking up that for me, this would be the example of commitments, all right? That I'm no longer, that this would be saying to me that I'm no longer going to be naive about overcommit myself to others. That, I've always been, somewhat of a people pleaser, and, I want to try to make commitments to everyone that I care about. I feel committed to them, and I feel like I'm obligated to, do things for them if and maintain friendships, even if those other people aren't invested in, doing the same for me. And I feel like that would be the example of what this would be for me. So that may actually be the same thing for some of you here as well, that you're not looking at things with that childlike, I have to do what my parents tell me kind of view. I don't have to do what the world tells me anymore. I have to do what I want to do. I have to, I'm on my own. I have to take flight on my own and do what is right for myself. So I need to trust my instincts when it comes to the obligations and the commitments that I'm making, and not overcommitting myself and breaking the cycle a little bit, breaking that pattern of over obligating and overcommitting. I feel like it's overcommitting for a lot of people here. Clarify the ring for Capricorn. Clarify the ring for Capricorn, please. I do also, that's random because I am also seeing the masculine and the lily here. So for some of you, this is trusting your instincts to do with a specific relationship with a male. It does feel very male energy there. It's not, normally I don't read the masculine. I read it as masculine, divine masculine, rather than male. But it is feeling very male, and it's like long-term energy here. So for some of you, this may have to do with, like your relationship with your father, or like a strong male figure in your life, an important male figure in your life, because there is a lot of, with the lily, the lily is a very vulnerable emotional state as well. It's like sensitivities, with the moon and the lily both there. It's a lot of emotional sensitivities, and dealing with those, no longer dealing with those in a childlike way. You're regulating those emotions, and you're not allowing your vulnerabilities to get the better of you. And once again, you're not overcommitting. You're not committing to this masculine. If it's interesting, it's not really telling. You're taking off on your own. You're taking flight and doing what is right for you. And what is right for you is going to be different for each and every one of you. You really, being kind to yourself, a kindness to yourself, following your moral guidelines, committing to yourself and your own intuition, making the commitments and choices that are right to you, and not making the commitments that are right to you. So that may be different for everyone, okay? That some of you may be committing, and others of you may be choosing to not overcommit, if that kind of makes sense. But I think that's going to pop back up when we move over to the love stuff. So we'll move on and see what else wants to come out throughout the reading. But next off, we'll look at career for you, Capricorn. Career and money for Capricorn throughout October. Career and money for Capricorn throughout October. I'm also getting this energy here, Capricorn, too, that, the earth signs have had this interesting energy this month of, no news is good news. And that when we have no big dramatic news, that the next big things are going to be the things that are coming through in the reading. And I am picking up that energy a little bit here as well, Capricorn, that, this is not as elaborate and not as demanding on your energy and taxing on you as it may sound throughout the reading. This is pretty chill kind of month for you, to be honest. Very interesting, because I'm seeing that. Look at that, the light bulb. Once again, we have the light bulb card. Look at that. Double light bulbs coming through for you, Capricorn. Lucrative ideas, new income sources, inspirations, careers such as entrepreneurship, creative work, and new jobs on the horizon here. So new ideas, new jobs, starting new businesses, starting new creative work, all those sorts of things. Lucrative ideas, new income coming through for you. Nothing wrong with that, right? And so this may actually be part of what we're seeing. We're breaking free from the childlike way of doing things, and we're moving forward, and we're making quick changes in our energy this month, and moving away from the childhood stuff, because we've got, it's not child's play anymore, Capricorn, where we've got all new income sources, we've got lucrative ideas and new work coming through for us. So maybe the light bulb's coming on for you, that you do need to take flight into, a expansion of self here, especially with this too, because we do have the skull coming through. All right, and the skull is like, borrowing money, low on cash, rough patches when it comes to money. Maybe this is what spurs you into the new ideas. How I'm low on money, I'm having a rough patch. What can I do? And then all these ideas come through to you, Capricorn. Careers such as hospice and healer careers, no work or reinvention. All right, so once again, a new job does seem to be on the horizon, because every time we see that skull type energy, quite often with the people forget with the death imagery that new life is created from death. So if there's no work, and it gives us the opportunity to reinvent ourselves and find a brand new work. So we're seeing no work, and then we're seeing new job. So this no work is the need to push ourselves, to reinvent ourselves, to turn that light bulb on and shine in a different kind of a way here. Moving into new aspects for ourselves. So I'm not actually too worried about that skull coming through there. Even when things seem a little bit rough, even when things do come to a bit of an end for you, Capricorn, it's all about that transition to the new, and opening the space for the new beginnings for you, and for those new ideas to start flowing. For some of you, it's the push that you need. Yeah, the push that you need to get those new ideas, to get those light bulbs to go off, that ching moment to come in. Capricorn, what's going on for Capricorn in October when it comes to love and romance? Love and romance for Capricorn. Love and romance for Capricorn in October, please. Just rolling my eyes at that one that flicked itself out. Hidden energy on the bottom of the deck. We've got the stalking card. So there's someone keeping an eye on you on social media at the moment, Capricorn. I'm just getting that there. We do have the healing heart coming through. That was the one that flicked out. Healing heartbreak, toxicities or addictions, and abusive relationships. So some of you are still sort of dealing with a little bit of that healing energy. Once again, that's why we're cutting out the innocence a little bit here, because how did that serve us? It resulted in some stuff that we're now having to heal from, and part of the healing process is at the moment is growing that tougher skin, unfortunately. But it is what it is, Capricorn. I'm sorry for those of you where that is the case. But you're healing from that. I feel like a lot of you're healed from that, or if you're not completely healed yet, you will be throughout the month. I feel we're heading into abundance. We have abundance coming through when it comes to love and romance as well. Positive mindsets, manifesting, gratitude and bliss and blessings coming your way with love and romance. Partying. Okay, that's the card of sort of just enjoying the moment, living in the moment, time with friends, having fun, happily single, living in the moment. All right, so some of you there are just enjoying being at the minute, and enjoying, learning and being, and all these new ideas on what life could look like for you. Just a bit of healing up those last little bits and pieces. Once again, that's definitely coming through with that message of no news is good news. It just feels like one of those months where we're just sort of being grateful for the the things that we do have in our life, and just enjoying the moment. Nothing really dramatic going on, good or bad. All right. Anything else that Capricorn needs to be aware of for October, please? Anything else that Capricorn needs to be aware of throughout October? Happiness, gratitude, and bliss. We have the sun coming through, Capricorn. The sun will shine again. There's some personal, maybe some personal epiphanies coming through for you this month. Some, just it's that kind of, the sun will shine again. No matter what's going on in my life, I know that the sun will rise again, and happiness will come back around. I know that, no matter how many times I have to go down low, I know that I'll go back up high and be happy once again. Happiness is there for me. I just have to sort of step outside into the sunshine, and there I am. We do see the feminine energy, so a lot of happy emotions, nurturing the happy emotions. So that's that positive mindset, the gratitude, the bliss, and just enjoying the moment once again. We have the heart space coming through as well, Capricorn. Love, unconditional love. There is a little bit of romance there with that as well. But it's just kind of contentment more than anything. It's just enjoying life at the minute, and enjoying the love that you do have in your life, regardless of whether it's romantic or otherwise. Just one more here for Capricorn with that message, clarifying the heart energy for Capricorn, please. Your wishes are coming true, Capricorn. It's very interesting because we do have the stars coming through first. Your wishes are coming true. Wish fulfillment, dreams coming true, your goals being met, aspirations and hopes are sort of, coming through for you here, goals being met. And then we do actually see the mountain and the bear, which rather than their traditional meanings, this is sort of telling me just about, yourself, Capricorn, finding yourself, because the mountain is your card. And it's just like you're willing to put in the work. You've already put in a lot of the hard work. Regardless of what obstacles come your way, you're willing to, put in the work to overcome those. That's part of the wish, is that, the wish is that you're overcoming any obstacle that's put in your way, kind of thing. That you're getting back to the crux of yourself, I feel, for a lot of you, especially with this bear energy, because the bear, I do associate that with Capricorn energy as well, as Leo and Aries, which we do have the Leo card there as well with the sun. So, but it's strength. It's strength, persistence, that your wishes will come true just with a little bit of strength, persistence, standing your ground, standing up for yourself, standing strong and firm and stable in who you are, Capricorn. You're the boss, right? You're the boss of the zodiac. So you just stand very tall and confident in who you are, and all those wishes will come true. It's just have clear boundaries and be willing to put in the work, and you've got this. It's kind of just affirmation for you there, Capricorn, that you've got this. You already know that. You know that you've got this. You know that you're on your own and you're taking flight regardless. You can do it all by yourself. You don't need to worry too much here, Capricorn. You've got this. All right, so that's what we've got for you. You're more than welcome to check out your other placements, of course. We do have the shadow work reading coming up next week as well, so definitely keep an eye out for that. And I will see you all again soon.